Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him
General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait! The divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. 2 giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds. Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia—
All right, stop yelling.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many project, this assignment was undocumented. And I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sage...
Have I not made my...
Fine.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad. And now you, Dia. I believe it.
Oh, sorry. I had nothing good, but then I saw these.
Is that all? Well,
That's more like it.
Whoa! What was that sound?
no need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourself...
Creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The wind's died down. Candace still isn't back yet.
When you put it that way,
Wow, so many raw materials. Ooh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with this creature?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves.
Ah, here comes another wave!
leave this. I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
The wind knows.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Written in the stars!
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up? Animal test 6308. The creature stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the...
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I am the chief of Aru village.
Sir,
I can't besides sands.
So,
Everything in the natural...
Everyone in our,
village keeper?
does your curiosity know no bounds? Most of them are scholars who lost their... The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. What, but no one in the village...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The mantra...
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate...
Oh, you're the former...
Is it because you're reminded of a page? But, is it really a good idea to tap?
I'll be grateful for... I'd start by finding... Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing a... Do you still have any questions for me before... One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange... The academia has long exiled... When Mad Skull... Initially, Aru village was struck suddenly, despite the powerful... After that,
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, traveler? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if...
in theory, they would continue wearing...
Oh, no wonder!
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone. So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Skull.
No, it's not so much that. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Arc. The Academia has all. In addition.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a...
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can...
Good! Then you should know that...
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. How can this... to think?
Alright, now it's our turn to put our... But easier said than done.
Excuse me, are you here to...
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll have...
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa...
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just I heard everything you said to the village chief.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around... I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp sense.
Sorry, I was only listening.
All right.
Grandma, is the Scarlet King really...
Trainee Forest Ranger call.
As worrying as it can get.
Of course not. It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Sino is super...
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
Huh? You...
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought, however, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. On one summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling Grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took the next morning. Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able.
All this somehow just makes Paimon.
Perhaps. It's also my reason for.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What?
No, nothing.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you!
We've cleared everything up. Let's.
Really? Wow! Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? When I was eating dinner
Okay.
Anything else?
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes.
Don't change the...
Right. You were asking about... But honestly, I feel quite
Do you also think
Grandpa. It still feels pretty... Well, what...
Gotcha! Yeah! Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young, so as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Of course not. It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change.
Haven't you noticed? The village has begun. Delavar was saying that many people also. Isn't it a sign of the Scar?
Huh. Now that.
Exactly.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah. Bro, this guy's something else.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up. I swear.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others, so you'd best just stay. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty... He didn't try to reassure us at all.
I heard.
Sorry.
It's part of being a mod. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to... Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. Oh, this is where Grandpa used...
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please, but are you okay? Are you getting dizzy? Or need to, like...
There's a scent that you can sense, but...
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day!
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know it...
Yes.
Wait, surely Tainari...
No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest.
What are you looking for, Simon?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon?
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, they are from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. The scent is quite faint. But still...
But who would come looking for...
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with...
Exactly. Most scholars are even deep within the clutches of madness.
No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all...
It's highly
Please, you have to save my grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform...
Absorption test. That's not right.
Clouds high. The birds call. Brings a smile to my face.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friend.
Oh,
You bet.
Reasonable.
we haven't seen him at
Huh.
Did you find out anything you... I see.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, they're not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive. It seems someone from beyond the wall must...
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrect... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the...
Tia! You're amazing!
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore. The desert is unforgiving. So the way... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' I need to go around and ask some questions. Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and...
All right! Sounds like a plan! Animal test 6308.
Wind Strider.
Here comes. Replace my hammer.
Take cover!
Out of the way!
Have a little taste.
Out of the way!
That tingle? I got careless.
Out of the way! That's gonna hurt in the morning. Get out of here!
Have a little taste.
Take cover!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed
I know what you mean. I had the same. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the Wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. Geniuses like Sataria are... I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Thea.
No, not at all. Besides...
Yep, we got...
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Just our luck. None of them are here.
You mean, you don't see...
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You're here for...
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, then who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello.
Anyway, as far as my...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen Engur, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact...
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation.
how thoughtful of you.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret.
Yes, how considerate of you.
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boy. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar,
So, you've been watching us?
Uh-oh.
and you left the.
So you and Delavar.
But you got one thing.
If that's the case.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Edgar. You're here too, huh?
Long time no see.
Dia.
Yeah.
See?
You're not wrong.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following orders. You're open! Take that!
Into the wind.
You're open!
I'm going in! Swirl, attack! Fate is upon you!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation.
Oh, but instead of...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we...
Oh! You mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the alcohol, has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always...
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his...
Wait, so he's a...
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impression.
Wow! What a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before...
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The Radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the Academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village. This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Nowhere to run! Your sins weigh upon your soul! Guilty! Your penance is due! Judgment is upon you! Guilty! Your penance is due! Guilty! Your sins weigh upon your soul! You stand condemned! Guilty! You stand condemned! Guilty! Judgment is upon you! Your penance is due! Guilty! Your penance is due! Your sins weigh upon your soul! You stand condemned! Judgment is upon you! Guilty! Your penance is due! Guilty! Your penance is due! Through me, justice is served!
Let's play!
Yahoo! Think you can get away? Brace yourselves. You're toast!
Surrendering.
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Let's play. Think you can get away?
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Brace yourselves. Let's play.
I'm out of here! Come on out! I'm about to pass up.
You're toast!
Don't get frostbite.
Ninjutsu! Can't touch me! Yes! I'm out of here!
Oh, so sorry.
Can't touch me! Yeah!
Candace is an expert at dealing.
You're exposed! Ha! Do your worst! Too easy! We shall prevail! Pin them down! Hear my prayer! Impressive.
Don't get frostbite.
You're exposed!
Cool it!
Pin them down!
Will be frozen in time.
Let's spark things up a little.
Just like we rehearsed.
We shall prevail! Too easy! You're exposed! Hear my prayer!
Frostbite.
Hear it!
Freeze!
Pin them down! Ha! Yeah!
Oh, so sorry.
Try not to enjoy.
Wipe this off the side.
We shall prevail! Just a grace. Too easy.
This mount will be frozen in time.
Just like we rehearsed.
Hear my prayer. Pin them down.
Surrendering will be gentle.
You're exposed. We shall prevail.
Oh, so sorry.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Windblade!
had asked...
you